What is up? What is up? Is the sound working? I'm at a different station right now. Is the sound working? Are we good on sound? It's probably going to be echoey. Is it working? Hit me up in chat. Let me know if the sound's working. All right. Sound is good. I know. No corny music this morning. What is wrong with America? No corny music to start off altcoin madness. What is happening? So much change. You probably can't handle it on a weekend. Yep. How's everybody doing? Looks like I've got my regulars in the chat. If you're new or you haven't been in the chat ever, hit us up in the chat. Let us know where you're coming in from, where you're looking at us from. We've got people all over the world. I see Netherlands up there. My eyes are very itchy this morning, so I'm going to rub them real quick, and then we'll get the show on the road. All right, before we get started, my boy Nash in chat. Nash is my right-hand man. Most of you know that already, and without Nash, none of this would be possible. So thank you, my brother, for making all this possible. I appreciate everything that you do. Love you, brother. Yep, Nash in the house. Yeah, so it's Saturday morning. I don't expect there to be a ton of people on here. As a matter of fact, it looks like there's maybe 53 of you so far, which is fine. That's normal for a weekend. Everybody else will have to catch this later. But I did want to go ahead and do an altcoin madness. We are going to be doing these multiple times a week. The reason why we haven't yet, you should already know. But if you don't, you're going to know after today. So the intention is, of course, for us to do altcoin madness multiple times in a week. There'll be times when we do it 3 or 4 times in a week. I kid you not. The reason why we're not yet is because it's not necessary, because altcoins do not have dominance yet. Yes, altcoins do not have dominance. Right now, it is Ethereum dominance. Ethereum has the reins. The queen is in charge. And we're going to, before I get into it, I am going to do some altcoins this morning because it is altcoin madness. But before I do, I want to continue to deep dive some of these macro charts because it's important for you guys. A lot of the reasons why a lot of people follow me is because I bring a level head to panic, FUD, FOMO. My mission in life on Twitter is to counteract all of those things. Literally, Twitter is the most dangerous place. Look, it can be a great place if you know how to navigate it. And that means navigating all of the landmines and the crap that's out there, which are usually based on narratives of fear on one side and then greed on the other. So we want to not do that. We don't want to be swayed by those things. And I want to be very expressive when I say this. The people perpetuating those items, and those items bring them massive followers because people love those things, those extremes of emotions. People love it. I'm just not going to bow and bend to those type of posts. It's just not going to happen. And so when you see me going after people on Twitter, it's not because I'm a violent person by nature. I'm actually not. It's because I want to fight against fear and greed narratives. And listen to the word I just said, narrative. Okay. Most of the people posting apocalyptic views are using narrative to do so. And they've been wrong since COVID, literally every stinking time. And they've been the ones that have been trying to call the top of Bitcoin every time Bitcoin pulls back. And they use news headlines or narratives, things that are posted out in the media, things about the economy and money printing and this and that and all this other hocus pocus to try to say the markets in general will collapse and get crushed and all this other stuff. It's all narrative driven. So the thing that you have to understand about narrative, okay, news posting, media posting, things, wars and rumors of wars, bad gas prices, all of this stuff. It's narrative. They're good for knee-jerk type reactions, okay? Knee-jerk reactions in the market, directional. I need you to hear what I'm telling you. 99.9% of narrative is non-directional. Sure, there can be quick jerks and knee jerks and this, that, and the other. We've literally witnessed this multiple times over the last 3 years, and yet we've seen some of the most prolific market returns across many markets in history, like magnificent, in the face of horrible narrative. And so my job is to get you to pierce and divide through the smoke and mirrors of narrative to see the truth. And the truth is where? The truth is always, FC, we like to hear you yelling. I know, I do like to yell. Again, it's nonviolent yelling, but the truth is can be found where the money is. And so that's by knowing where institutional and smart money is going and flowing. And we don't listen to what they say, we listen to what they do. Yeah. All right, we got that. So if you see me being naughty on Twitter, it's not because I'm that way. I really want to combat the horse poo that's being posted out there to drive narrative. So that because they're trying to cause and create you to create these stumbling blocks, man, so that you just fall apart, and you don't want to do that. So yeah. So what I'm going to do real quick, we're going to start with some charts. I want to do a little bit of macro charts because I literally use charting to destroy narrative over and over and over and over and over and over and over. I've done it this entire cycle. We destroy narrative with charting. For example, right now, the pullback right now, as if some narrative is driving it. And they want you to believe there's a narrative, some news event, something wrong with the economy, something wrong with the US government. Oh, they lied to us. Now they're not going to buy Bitcoin. Pushing a narrative of fear or whatever the case might be. But what's hilarious is that on charts, everything that's going on with both Ethereum and Bitcoin is madly appropriate. It's madly appropriate. Like, it's insane. It's insanely appropriate. So let's go ahead and let's stop looking at me and let's look at some charts, and we will do some altcoins. What's funny is the altcoins are so much less important than this. You guys just stuff. I don't know why. But that's the way it is. All right. What shall we do? Well, let's start by sharing the screen. Yes, there we go. Let me get me an arrow. All right. So before we get into Ethereum, and I just put an arrow on there, I really didn't want to start there. I want to show y'all something. We've looked at this before, but I want to do it again. I want you to see this, okay? Everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people want you to believe that because Bitcoin dominance, remember this chart expresses Bitcoin's dominance. All right. This means more money was flowing into Bitcoin than anything else, more than Ethereum, more than altcoins. I mean, you can see it on the chart. As long as this is going up, Bitcoin, the king, has dominance. Everybody got that? Good. So now that this is broken down, we've got a lot of people calling the top on Bitcoin. Okay. And this is why I do this stuff, because I want you to see the truth. Now, this is a weekly chart. All right. This is a weekly chart. So every candle represents an entire week. I want to show you something. This was last cycle. This right here, this arrow pointing to this candle right here. This was, you remember last cycle at the top, Bitcoin had two peaks, remember? You might be thinking, oh, look, here's the two peaks. This was the first peak of Bitcoin's price action, and this was the second. So this is where Bitcoin lost dominance at its first top. And then when Bitcoin peaked again right around the same place, that's where it lost dominance again. You would be dead wrong. you would be way out of the ballpark. This right here, this candle, I'm going to zoom in a little bit, was Bitcoin. This candle right here was Bitcoin's first top. You see that? So Bitcoin lost dominance 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 weeks before it peaked, folks. Do you see it? Do you see it? 15 weeks. So it lost dominance and then went on its final rampage to here. Watch. This right here is where Bitcoin lost dominance. Right here, this candle, right here, is where Bitcoin lost dominance to Ethereum, right there. And then, even after losing dominance, it went on its final grand finale, FOMO-led largest part of its run. Do you guys see this? I mean, you guys are still talking about altcoins in the chat. Like, you guys don't care about this, but I'm trying to, if you can grasp this stuff, then you can see where we are in the cycle and calm the heck down. See, I just yelled, calm down. Let the cycle be the cycle. It's like morons talking about what's wrong with TEL today. There's nothing wrong with TEL. Altcoins are still bottoming. I've shown this to you guys, but for some reason, I don't know whether it's greed or fear causing you to be frustrated and panicked with where you are in the cycle. There's nothing wrong with your stupid altcoin. Altcoins as a whole are still bottoming, guys. There's no bullish chart on macro altcoin dominance. There's no bullish chart. It's still forming its lows. So this right here is where Bitcoin lost its dominance and then went on its final rampage. This right here was Bitcoin's second top. Right here. Second peak. You see this? This is what I'm talking about. So you cannot look at Bitcoin dominance and say, let's go to it, that Bitcoin is all done. It's all done. It's not. It's never been done after it loses dominance. Bitcoin is still, even as it plummets in a big way, it makes its largest run, its finale. Do you get it? Do you see it? Come on. I mean, now, so who expected Ethereum, and I talked about this, who expected Ethereum to break this level its first try? Raise your hand. I can't see it anyway. But who in their right mind expected Ethereum to just disregard this major level and just go from here off into Valhalla? Who? It should be nobody. Nobody. This is a major level. It's the 2021 peak. Of course, Ethereum is going to pull back there. Look at this wick so far. Now, this is the weekly candle, so this doesn't close out till tomorrow, till after tomorrow. In the same manner that this level was not going to break. Let me show it to you. Yep. In the same manner that this level was not going to break on first attempt. It didn't even break on second. It didn't even break on third. It finally did now. Here. To expect this one to just get smashed on first touch is to say you don't understand. But right now, people are pushing narrative to say there's a problem or something's wrong. Everybody's dumping Ethereum. And the narrative being pushed right now is the lineup of people trying to unstake their Ethereum. And yet no one is talking about the line of people trying to stake their Ethereum. Like, it just, I don't understand. It's insanity. This narrative is crazy. We were never gonna, let me show you what this matches up with. All right, let me show you what this level matches up with. Let's look at the Ethereum to Bitcoin pairing. Well, look at that. This is Ethereum against Bitcoin. This proves that Ethereum is stronger than Bitcoin because it's traded against. But look at this major level. And we've talked about this in my videos. Everybody who's in my programs, who is subscribed to my stuff, already knows this stuff. To expect this level to break on first shot is insanity. Do you see how everything lines up with what's happening? Do you see? Because, Brandon, Bitcoin dominance, all it means, I need you to get this part. How can Bitcoin go higher when Bitcoin dominance drops? I'm going to explain it to you. All the dominance charts represent is that where more money is flowing into than in others. It doesn't mean money can't flow into Bitcoin. It just means in comparison to Ethereum and altcoins, there's more money flowing into Ethereum than is flowing into Bitcoin, but money can keep flowing into Bitcoin. It just means in comparison to Ethereum and then altcoins, we don't have dominance yet. We can see this on the chart. This is why Bitcoin can lose dominance and yet continue to ascend. That is the point. That is the point. But I'm showing you how Ethereum, and I told everybody, well, when this was here, I said this probably hits, the Ethereum to Bitcoin probably hits this around the same time that Ethereum hits its all-time high. Why? Because they match up. Let me show you something else that matches up. This is Ethereum dominance, folks. Look at this. Look at this major zone. Going back all the way into last cycle. This is the Ethereum dominance. Remember, look at Ethereum dominance. Up, pull back, up, what? Up. So far, all we've done is pretty much go up. So while Ethereum will maintain dominance, expect this to dip, man. Expect this to dip. And where would it do that at? At a major level. This is a major level. I'm literally showing this. This is not like me pulling things out of my tushy. I'm literally showing you on many charts how every aspect lines up with the next. From Bitcoin dominance to Ethereum dominance to Bitcoin, I did say tushy. I'm trying to keep it clean in case kids are watching. To the Ethereum to Bitcoin pairing, everything to the Ethereum chart, to the Bitcoin chart, everything lines up, guys. Now, let's see what's wrong with your altcoin. Here it is, guys. This is the magic, because this is the true magic, because it removes the top 10 cryptos. That means it removes Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the next 8 highest market cap coins. So we're literally talking about 99.9% of altcoins right now. That's what this chart represents. This is what we have to look forward to. That's the 2017 altcoin. This is what you would really call, if you were going to call something. And this is why I keep telling people that are calling altcoin season to shut up. This is the true representation of alt season. Alt season. Oops. Not yet, folks. I'm going to move this out of the way so you can see this. This is what is wrong with your alts. This is why I don't answer questions on individual altcoins. Why is TEL Why is tail pulling back? What's wrong with XRP right now? Why did XRP pull back today? This is it. This is what rules. This is altcoin dominance. Altcoins are still at their lows and forming their bottom. They're still forming their lows. It has to break this level right here to have a change of character. We don't even have a trend reversal yet. We don't even have that. So shut up about alt season until we get a chotch. And even that's not enough, because remember, the trend, you need what? 2 legs. So you need a single high and then a higher high. So we need a high, a higher low, and then another leg. We still need a change of character and a second leg up. Then you can say alt season. But it's not time. It's not time. Cycle is what? Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance first, then Ethereum dominance. And Ethereum has dominance. Altcoins do not. That comes next. That is what is coming. That is what is in your future. That is what you should be excited about. The problem is you lack patience. And usually it's because of greed or fear. Okay? Let the cycle be the cycle. Let the market be the market. Let it do what it do. And stop listening to horse poo narrative, folks, pushing some crazy narrative that there's something wrong. The cycle is still moving in cycle form as far as money flow, as far as how money is flowing. I mean, for crying out loud, you know what this lines up with? What does this line up with? This is altcoins. What does this line up with? It lines up with the Clarity Act not being signed, which probably won't happen till the end of this month or the beginning of next. The Clarity Act is remember, we already have the Genius Act, which is what? Stable coins. But the Clarity Act is what? The regulatory framework for the rest of crypto, which is altcoins. Are you with me? And the unleashing of Wall Street ETFs for altcoins. Are you with me? Do you see the pairing of the fundamentals with the pairing of altcoin dominance? Do you see it? August, September, October. Do you understand how the parity is here? We can see it technically on the chart using technical analysis, and we have the fundamentals to drive what? To drive what is coming. Man, come on. Come on. The problem is people just ain't patient. All right, we got to look at some altcoins. I know. I'm going to start with XRP because y'all be crazy. All right. So I've talked about this before, and this is that most people don't understand. But when you have fast moves like this, these fast moves, and it did it up and down, that means this area, so you have to forgive my dog. He just had a dentist appointment and he just is making these weird hack sounds. I want to show you this to you. When you have this speed of movement throughout this area, that means this area has not been really dealt with. Okay? Guess when it got dealt with? Right here. You see how this is like so fast and move? That means this price action area has really not been dealt with by the market as a whole. This is where that area got dealt with as a whole. And it is why this was able to go through it with no stoppage. Do you see it? Do you see it? It's why this was able to go through it with and hold support. I want you guys to see this stuff. This is why I knew when we got up here that this would be the real and the new foundation for higher prices. I said that the moment this hit the top. I had this drawn. You can go back and look at my previous videos. I said this would now hold support because of the way this was dealt with. Huge run. This has to be dealt with. It got dealt with right here. Therefore, XRP was able to thrust through that and move into a new area that had not been dealt with. See how this hadn't been dealt with? See it? Look at it getting dealt with. You see it? Which is why this is now the new area for XRP, which is setting up. So let me show this to you. So now we talked about this area. This area right here. This area got dealt with right here. Completely dealt with. This area is what is being dealt with right now. Once it's done, this is going on higher to blue skies. And when I say blue skies, I mean true blue skies. This is not true blue skies. This is literally a liquidity pull. So this is just a false breakout and a pullback down. XRP has yet to make its real run into new all-time highs. That is what is coming. But I want to show you that macro price action analysis on how to deal with these quick moves, knowing that in the future they must be dealt with in some way, shape, or form. And these have. And now XRP has a massive foundation right up in this area and is dealing with this price action zone right here. People aren't getting these prices anymore. Do you understand? My kids just ask what a Tushy is. What? Make something up. Make something up or tell them the truth. Yeah. All right. On to the next one. Yeah. Let's do one that's been off and has been going nuts. So this is the weekly chart for a coin called Cubic. QUBIC. This is the weekly chart here. This is not one that's talked about a whole lot, but they are the one that is hacking Monero. Go take a look. Yeah, they are hacking the heck out of Monero. They are making Monero. Yeah, they basically own Monero now. Cubic is absolutely killing it. Let's back out to the daily chart. Dog, are you okay, buddy? I know. I'm so sorry. This is amazing. This is an amazing chart. Yep. So right now we're 360 Elite's up about 65% here on this, but I love what's happening here because now we're at a new area of price action that we need to deal with. But once Cubic is done, it's getting ready to head towards an all-time high already. Now, not a lot of altcoins look like this. Remember, most altcoins don't look like this. Corey, you missed the beginning of the video. You need to watch the beginning because I explained that very clearly. But good question. But you need to watch the video. So when this is over, go watch the recording. I answer that question at the beginning. And to sum it up, there's literally no reason to do an altcoin madness 2 to 3 times a week until altcoins have dominance. There really isn't because we're just saying the same things over and over. And I don't really want to do that. So, but go watch the video, the beginning of the video, and I explain why. All right. So yeah, Cubic, very bullish. Not a lot of altcoins look like this. Very few are this close to their all-time highs. This is one of those coins because of its market cap and because it's relatively unknown. Everybody and their mother's going to know it. But this is one of those that can produce, has the potential to produce 10,000% type returns. It just has that potential because of its market cap. Yep, very, very much. Let's move on again. I've been taking up too much time. I want to look at a few more. So this is what people are frustrated about. I want to use MOG as an example. This is what most altcoins are doing. And people are getting upset because it looks like they're running, and then they do deep pullbacks. It looks like they're running, then they do deep pullbacks. This is called the slow grind. Okay. And the reason why most altcoins are doing this is because altcoins don't have dominance. So what they're doing is they're backfilling all of their impulses. Do you understand? So when you have impulsive moves like this, This is all liquidity. I'm going to show it to you. You guys are getting massive education right now. So when you get this, this is all liquidity. I'm going to show you again over here. There's one, and we're going to do this one. Yeah. All right. So these moves right here, they're impulsive. They come on volume and they leave a lot of inside liquidity. And so when you're in this portion of the market or the part of the market where altcoins don't have dominance, guess what they're going to do? They're going to come back and fill that. Market makers are going to push price down and grab all of these left behind, all the left behind money. And it did it perfectly. And boom, off it goes again. Well, it's not altcoin season. Altcoins don't have dominance yet. This is a major resistance. It's a major level here. It's a major level here. So because it's not altcoin season, this is going to do what? It's going to come back and grab all of this liquidity here. Do you understand? So getting frustrated about these runs, and I'll just show you. So this would be 177% run, about a 50% pullback. 180% run, about a 45, 50% pullback. That is the nature of where we are. It's the nature of where we are. Once altcoins have dominance, these won't be quite as deep and they will be quicker. And they will begin to move at a faster rate of speed. So this should not frustrate you. This should excite you. Why? Why? Let me stop sharing so you get my pretty face again. You want the slow grind. You want no liquidity left behind. Why? Because it establishes greater and greater foundations for future price movements. That's what you want. Just like I showed you on XRP. You want all of those price action levels dealt with. Why? Because then the odds of them coming back down there are slim to none. And it gives your coins massive concrete on which to continue to climb. You want a slow grind. The longer of a slow grind up we get, and the higher altcoin can go on a slow grind, the higher it's going to go when altcoin season does begin. Do you understand? No, stop talking about your stupid altcoin and wondering what's wrong with it. I'm not even responding to that stuff now on Twitter. Oh, and people are bashing their own coins. The reason why they're doing that is fear or greed. If you don't know why you bought it, sell it and buy something else. I'm coming at you this morning. If you don't know why you bought it, that means fundamentally, because if you're long-term holding something, you're probably doing it based off of fundamentals. So if there's a problem with those fundamentals and you don't like it, if you're griping about your coin, sell it. Get into something you can be excited about. Because you're driving everybody else nuts. Because you're moved off of emotion. You're an emotional person. And that's not only will that cause you to make a mistake here, you're not going to sell it when the time comes. Why? Because you're going to flip from fear to greed, baby. You're going to flip from fear to greed. Double whammy. Come on. That's it for this morning. Love ya. Till next time, baby. Here comes the boom.